Welcome to the DVD that's to accompany the Scientific Wrestling Certification Program. What we're going to do is go over mostly concepts, so you guys get the broad idea. We're not going to go over every single technique that you learned here at the certification, or if you were to come to the certification that you will learn. These are the broad concepts. These are basic. You need to go over these basics. Coach Billy Robinson is going to go over these with us. The first thing we're going to do is movement. There's very, very important movements that you need to have in order to get the takedown into a controlled position to get the submission. Otherwise, if you don't get this stuff down as basics and you don't master it, you're going to have to always scramble, and it's going to look like a mess when you're trying to go for a pin or a submission. This is the setup for the controls. So please watch this and listen very, very closely as Billy Robinson goes over the basics of shuffling and pivoting.
First thing we're going to do is learn how to stand. It's not amateur wrestling, we're not working for points. This is combat wrestling, and catch can be best ball submission, forwards and back. The point is, amateur wrestling with time limits, it can power very little time. Nowadays, compared to 50 years ago, when we first started. First thing is, you don't bend over and get so low. In amateur wrestling, you do that because you're trying to defend the legs. If you do that against a good catch wrestler, you'll get a submission, from face lock, profit, double face lock. So the big thing is to know how to stand. Now the thing is, you want the weight on the balls. You don't want your legs in a straight line. You want 1 foot slightly forward, 1 foot slightly back, no wider than shoulder width. And then what you do now is you control your body weight by just bending your knees until you feel the weight go on the balls of the foot. Once you've got the weight on the balls of the foot, now if somebody attacks my left leg, all I've got to do is adjust my head here now, just turn, and now I can take my left leg back. It's not easy either way, right? That fast. But if you've got a wide stand and stiff legs and you bend over, you can't get your legs out of the way. So the thing is, what we need to do is get that, stick your backside out and arch your back. And your hands are here. And you can defend for mixed martial arts, the punches and the kicks, but you're here. Very, very easily. If you want to go forward, you go with the forward leg first. One, forward up into the same stance. If I want to go backwards, I go backwards. To the left leg goes. To the right goes. Not wide steps. You've got to keep it so good. Once I get too wide, right now I'm jamming. Because I can't adjust my weight enough to get this leg out of the way. That's why we take small steps. So let's just practice that. And Jake will call it out. Okay. I'll say forward, take a step forward, step. I'll say back, take a step back. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Forward. Forward. Back. Back. Left. Right, right, left. Okay, stop, guys. Remember, this is good. You don't have to think about it. This has to become natural to you. But if you go to the left, you never take this leg here and do that. Because right now, my legs are in a straight line here. A good comedy style wrestler or ricochet catch camera. I got command, sweep your legs out of suplex. So you've got to always stay in the same stance, keep your knees back and relax. Good, let's go. Forward, back, back, left, forward, forward. That's it, good, good, that's it. So basically what we've done just step and you know where you are. But I need you, don't get stiff and don't, never allow your legs to lock out. Another little thing we're not going to clear it. If your knee passes your front toe and somebody pulls me or pushes me from behind, I can't stop myself. If my hip passes my back heel, I can't stop anybody. Anybody pushes me, I'm going to knock down. So you do not let yourself get too far forward or too far back. Guys, you see a lot of guys standing with the foot out this way and here. This is terrible for combat sports. Muay Thai kickers use it for the kicking stance. That's a different sport. But like, once you get a Muay Thai guy on the mat, he's toast. So the thing is, the reason we say that is that right now, if I grab you and I want to do a salto or suplex, or I want to do a pivot or a tap, this leg is jammed because as soon as I start with power, I need this leg to be able to turn this way. If I turn this way, I can turn this way because I'm on the toe of the foot, I can turn. But this foot is pointing out, so now my hip is jammed. Now, what's left is just arm power. But if my foot's here, straight, and I get on the ball, as soon as I start to turn, I can drive off that leg to give me the power. Okay, so one more thing. Anytime you want to make a turn, and you've got some hold of somebody, and you make the steps, you make the pivot or whatever, you always point the toe in the direction you want to turn. So if I'm going for head and arm, hip toss, I've got the head and arm. When I step, I don't step with my feet straight. I'm going to take you over this way. So when I step, I'm rotating my hip. That's it. Most understanding flows come from what we call a tripping block, any kind of block on the leg or the knee or the elbow and the pivot. So you have to learn how to pivot. Very important. Again, you do it on Jay will show you. Guys normally try to pivot from here and that won't do. All you need to do is, I don't care if it's just half an inch. You've got to make the step to get your knee alignment and your hip, and then you pivot it. And there you go. And that's exactly what it's. Jake, do it again. That's it. Good. Now then, Alex, remember, don't sit back so far. You've got a, whatever habit is, it seems that you want to let your hips go past your heels. Don't put it, keep in your wrestling stance, yeah. Or catch stance. So Jake, do it again. Both ways. Do it left and to the right. Good. Good, that's it. So the thing is, you step, you wait. Just nice and easy step. Just relax that pivot. That was a complete 180. I think what we should do is like maybe what we're going to do now is hand fighting or hand control, and then work it in so that when you get the hand control, you use the pivot to throw the man down and get your submission or whatever. I mean, it's very, very simple. Now, if you're in a wrestling position, if you're in a facing each other, guys, please. Okay, we want to start. We want to start off with somebody wants to control your hand, you go with the straight. That's it. Okay, let go. And now you can do it cross hand. Okay, now you can do it with both hands. Okay, so hand fighting is very simple. Let go. Grab with the just one hand. It's got to have, what we do now is, you don't try to pull the hand out. You block the wrist. Now block it. You want your thumb around it, but you don't have to grasp tight. All you do is want to stop the movement in that wrist. Then you turn the hand that's being held slightly in to the thumb knuckle. Then drop your elbow down and lift up against the thumb. It will break away very easily. And then you grab the wrist. That's it. Good. So do it again. Just do it. That's it. Okay, now just stop a minute. Don't let go.
Not with the same hand, keep the cross hand.
Okay, you do it. When you come here, you broke. Keep this hand until you've got the wrist, then let go.
Then let go, okay.
That's it, good. Then you can slide down to wherever you want.
Okay.
But you don't ever let go with both hands at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, the cross hand is a little different because if you try to do the block the same way, you can't get the energy. So you turn your elbow and your hand the opposite way, drop your weight into the wrist, then just break against the thumb, grab the arm, and then you got it again. And with two hands, you just make a block over and under, turn the wrist so you get the block, and then drop your elbow down against the thumbs, pull it out, and grab a wrist. There you go, good. And from there, you can go straight into an arm drag, you can go straight into a throw, depending. That's it, good. There you go, good.
Okay.
So, cross hand, do the block. Only this time you put the thumb right between the knuckles. Okay, you do the same breakaway against the thumb. Now you put your hand underneath and grab it. Now then, when you've got it, you press the wrist in a little bit, then you lift as high as you can into an arc. Keep going with the arc. Now step in and bend over so the weight's on the wrist. Now just pivot. Now that was slow motion, do it fast now. That's good. Always finish that you've got control like Jake's doing. Control. Right now you can do a step over, get an arm bar, double wrist lock, or top wrist lock. But the thing is, that's how the pivot works. So now, we do the block with the thumb in the hand, break away, put the thumb of the other hand together. Now lift up, turn the wrist, now step in, pull the arm down a bit, and bend, now pivot. Did you feel that by pulling the elbow down?
Yeah.
How much more
What more leverage?
pressure on the wrist joint? This is another simple pivot takedown, and it starts from the over-under arm position where these boys are in now. And what it is, what we're going to do is, Alex, you do it. I want you to rotate your right shoulder around so you can drop your arm down. Then reach the arm, and then just rotate a little bit, and then bend down so the weight's on that knee. Okay, there. Now step in, point your toe, now pivot, and tap the knee. Good. Nice. Okay. Good. Try it again one more time. Now, there you go, that's it. Pull the arm down. It's yours now. Just step in, pivot. We'll talk about the arm submission later. You try it. No, stop. Very important is when you wrestle, your hands underneath. You want to get the thumb and the forefinger behind the arm bone here. So now even if you're swimming, it won't slip. Then when you reach under behind the tricep, on the arm, not the shoulder. Now lock your arms in and bend down, put your weight, step, now pivot. Oh, that's a lot better. Finish. Anytime you practice moves, I don't want you to do the move and let go. I want you to do the move, finish in a controlled position, then let go. I want you to get into a good habit. When you do footwork and any kind of throws, it should be like a 1-2 punch. If you're going to pivot or you're going to step in for a single or a double or a body hold, you don't step, grab, and then adjust with the other leg. It's you, boom, boom, like a 1-2, bang, bang. So when you step, pivot. You do it, Alex, and don't stop. As soon as you make the step, pivot. As soon as you got the arm locked, you make the step, pivot. There you go, good. So that was an example of how a pivot works. Okay, this is one of the first throws all amateurs learn, all great wrestlers learn. It's called an arm throw or a flying mare. And again, we're going to use the pivot. This is why the pivot is so very important. So what you do is you overhook the arm, nice and loose. Okay, now turn back the other way. Okay, now then he's going to rotate his shoulder down and step in, and then he's pivoted. Now he jumps back and drops to his knees, and then he puts his head on the mat straight. Now he brings his arm backwards and around, and then rolls into him. Bring your knee, not the other knee. That's it. And that's how you should finish. We're not doing the pinfall here, but this is the where you want the control to start. Okay, now let's do it again slowly.
We're going to start on
Good. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, the throw's okay, the finish is not okay. You've got to get your left leg up earlier. You've got to trap that arm on it. Now bring, there you go, now hook his head. Good. Now his arm is trapped there. Let me explain something to Alex.
Yeah.
Push into him a little bit so he resists. As soon as you get the resistance, bam, explode. So I finished here, right? Look at top. Yeah. I just landed. So you're bringing this arm back. See, I'm bringing it back. Grab my arm. It makes no difference. There's no way you could stop me. Right now, what you're doing is you're going here and here. If you were to turn this way, you might take me over. So you don't want this leg coming in. What I want to do is, I want to bring this leg in here, and I'm trapping your arm on my elbow. Now I'm into here. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be another pivot throw, but a very common start is the collar and elbow tie-up. Get a collar and elbow tie-up, guys. Okay, now a lot of the throws, especially in Greco and in catch, it's caused by what we call an overhook. So to get it, Alex is going to throw his arm down, rotate the shoulder, then wrap over the shoulder. Good. Step in, pivot, and hang. Kick the leg. Okay, now then, get your balance, fight back. Now then, as he fights up, the counter is to bring his arm on the inside. Now Alex will grab his wrist, Then interlock his elbows, pivot and step right between his legs and sit. And turn. When you're here and you're going to get the underhook, you try to force his arm out. Just rotate your shoulder. There you go. Good. With the weight on the head. There you go. Nice. There you go. Nice. There you go. Good. Guys, if you do a throw or anything, if it's good,
Yeah.
it's easy.
Yeah.
If there's any difficulty, it means your body's out of position or something's wrong.
Okay.
Nice, there you go. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a half Halch, which is another pivot type throw with head control and arm control and the pivot. And this is an ancient throw that you see from old etchings going back 1500 years, that this throw was a very common throw in catch-as-catch-can wrestling in those days. The point being is that most people tackle and try to grab your legs and you would control the head, then you underhook the arm and do your pivot and you finish up in a control position. If it's done right, it's very, very easy. So we'll try first. We're going to get from the start position of wrist control and the head, how to get the head locked so you want it. So what you do is you grab the wrist and the head, rotate your hip and shoulders together. Let the head slip underneath. As you grab the head, you keep hold of his hand until you've got his head. So that if you let go early, he's going to grab your legs. But if you've got control of his hand, he can't. Then you underhook his the other arm, lock his head into your side, then you step and pivot. Pivot, finish on top, then come underneath the head and you've got control. Okay, good. Now let you do it, Alex, one time. When you step, push into it. Not pushing away from it, put your weight down. Then when you pivot, it's like a screw into the... Nice! There you go, finish. Good, okay, whatever. Good. What we're going to do is another pivot throw that, if done right, the amateurs use it a lot called running the pipe. But basically it's doing the hand fighting bit before into an arm drag. A little bit of a different arm drag is because you block the elbow and you push the wrist. You take the single leg, load it up onto your shoulder, and then you pivot. Anytime you get a single leg, you don't step in, take the leg, leave this leg here.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Step, step.
Yeah, it's always like that.
But always, you never go with the outside leg first.
All
You
right.
always go with the inside leg first. Step in with the right. There you go. Nice. Good. Step. Nice. Reach underneath. Step over. Okay, good. Alex, I'd like you to step over the leg instead of pulling his foot.
Okay. Yeah.
But the rest of it was good. Nice.
You all right?
Yeah.
Lift his leg. Grab it deeper. Okay, lay on your back just 1 second. Grab his foot again. Now, don't do that. Grab the ankle. Grab the ankle, both hands. Okay, now then, what I want you to do, Alex, is jump around his leg and sit. There you go, sit back. Grab his foot. Lock it. Squeeze your knees together.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's time.